On June 18, 2023, a submersible named Titan vanished in the North Atlantic. 5 people were aboard, descending 3,800 meters to witness the Titanic's grave. For days later, all hope was extinguished when wreckage was found. This wasn't just an accident, it was a collision between ambition and the unforgiving laws of physics. Titan was marketed as revolutionary, but beneath the surface, literally and figuratively, cracks were forming. The Titan implosion was a wake-up call to the deep-sea exploration community, a tragedy that revealed a disturbing story of ignored warnings, flawed engineering, and corporate overconfidence. OceanGate was founded in 2009 by Stockton Rush, an aerospace engineer and businessman. His dream? Democratize deep-sea exploration. His flagship submersible, Titan, was the first privately owned craft capable of reaching 4,000 meters. Rush was no ordinary CEO. He often spoke of disrupting the industry. He saw traditional safety certifications as outdated obstacles, saying, at some point, safety just becomes pure waste. OceanGate skipped classification from organizations like DNV or ABS, opting instead for internal testing. Rush believed regulation stifled innovation, a belief that would later prove fatal. Titan's design featured a unique carbon fiber hull, light and strong, paired with titanium end caps. While innovative, it was a material few experts trusted for deep ocean use. Many questioned the ethics of marketing such an experimental sub for tourism, but OceanGate pushed forward. After all, the Titanic was a lucrative brand. Titan measured 6.7 meters in length and weighed nearly 10,000 kilograms. Its hull could theoretically withstand pressure at 4,000 meters, but testing data was limited and internal. Inside, the vessel was minimal. No chairs, just a flat floor. It had an acrylic viewport rated far below the target depth. Navigation was done via text message relayed from the surface, and it was piloted by a modified Logitech game controller. There was no GPS underwater, no emergency beacon. Once sealed, it couldn't be opened from the inside. A real-time acoustic monitoring system was installed, not to prevent disaster, but to alert the crew just before it might happen. Experts warned that carbon fiber, while strong in tension, could fail unpredictably under compression and fatigue. Traditional submersibles use steel or titanium for a reason. Rush's rationale? If commercial aviation waited for perfection, no one would fly. In 2018, a group of over 30 industry experts from the Marine Technology Society expressed concern. They urged OceanGate to certify Titan, warning that experimental vessels without third-party review posed serious risks. OceanGate didn't comply. Stockton Rush dismissed the recommendations as a misunderstanding of innovation. He said, "Regulations are written in blood, but not our blood." That same year, OceanGate's Director of Marine Operations, David Lockridge, was fired after raising safety concerns. He reported that the carbon fiber hull had not undergone non-destructive testing and that the viewport was only rated to 1,300 meters. Lockridge's lawsuit claimed that safety checks were rushed and essential testing skipped. OceanGate responded by suing him for breach of contract. Rush believed the risk was part of the adventure. His interviews reflected confidence and frustration with critics he labeled as overly cautious. By 2021, Titan began voyages to the Titanic wreck. These weren't scientific expeditions, they were sold as experiences for wealthy thrill seekers. Seats cost up to $250,000. Passengers were dubbed mission specialists. In reality, most were paying tourists with no diving experience. Journalist David Pogue and screenwriter Mike Rice both went on dives. Each reported communication failures and eerie silences. Rice said, "We lost contact every time, but we always came back." Not everyone was comfortable. TV host Josh Gates declined to dive due to technical malfunctions during pre-checks. He called it the scariest thing I've ever walked away from. Even when dives went smoothly, the margin for error was razor thin. On a cloudy morning in June, Titan launched from the support ship Polar Prince. On board were Stockton Rush, pilot, Hamish Harding, explorer, Paul-Henri Nargeolet, Titanic expert, Shahzada Dawood, and his son Suleiman Dawood. At 9:45 a.m., contact was lost. There were no distress signals, no GPS coordinates, only silence. A multinational search began. The U.S. Navy had already detected a likely implosion event using classified acoustic systems, but that information wasn't released until later. For 4 days, the world watched. But deep down, some experts already knew the truth. The deep ocean exerts over 5,500 pounds per square inch at Titanic depth. That's equivalent to the weight of 30 jumbo jets pressing on every square inch of Titan's hull. If the carbon fiber experienced microscopic delamination, stress could build invisibly. Then, a single flaw, a bubble, a crack, a weak seam could trigger collapse. When it failed, it happened in milliseconds. The structure pancaked inward, generating temperatures as high as the surface of the sun, briefly. The passengers never felt it. The tragedy was instantaneous and complete. The U.S. Coast Guard, NTSB, and Canadian authorities launched investigations. OceanGate suspended operations indefinitely. The wreckage was recovered and analyzed. Boeing, NASA, and the University of Washington denied direct involvement in Titan's final design, despite OceanGate's marketing claims. Experts pointed to the predictable nature of the failure. Titan had been through over 50 dives. Fatigue builds. Materials degrade. Without proper inspection, disaster is only a matter of time. Stockton Rush was both the innovator and the pilot, and tragically, the enabler of his own undoing. The Titan implosion changed how we view private exploration. It raised questions about the limits of innovation and the price we pay when ego overrides engineering. James Cameron, who has visited the Titanic 33 times, said, "We warned them. The deep ocean is not forgiving." Today, OceanGate is gone, but the lessons remain. Pressure is absolute. Physics doesn't compromise. And when we go where humans were never meant to, we must do so with humility. In memory of those lost, may future explorers tread carefully and never forget Titan. If you found this documentary powerful, subscribe for more in-depth explorations. Share your thoughts below. Do you think Titan's loss could have been prevented?